I'm here to show you another project that I sent home for you. In your packet that you picked up on Friday, you have a bag of potting soil, and there's also a little mesh bag. It's a little cloth bag tied with a bow, and in that bag there are a few different kinds of seeds. So what I'm going to show you are what some of those seeds are, and then I would like us to work on an experiment today. You have a science journal. It's the one with the red cover. It's where we draw something at the top, and the adult will help you write something at the bottom. So what I'm hoping we could do is we could start today with the experiment of some of the plants that we're growing, and we can every once in a while draw what we see happening in our plants and have our families write down what we say when we see that. Okay, so we're going to be like real scientists. All right, first thing I'd like you to do is, if you have a cardboard container, I have another egg carton here, and what I did is I put some soil across the row. If I had enough, then if you have enough, then you can do additional rows, but I put some across the row, and I made sure that my soil was a little damp to begin with. Now, some of the seeds that you have, I'm going to show you the seeds. We have some of these black seeds. Excuse, my hands are dirty from the soil, but we do have some of these black seeds right here. And those seeds, they have a little white dot on the side, a shiny black shell. Those seeds are for butter beans. So very much like a green bean, a string bean, but they're yellow instead of green. And if you cook them with butter, they're really delicious. So those are some of the seeds that you have. Another type of seed that you have looks like this. They are, I know it's a little tough to see with the sunlight, but they are white in color. They might have a little bit more color to them. They are really, really hard, and they're thick. Okay, you do have some thin white ones, but these are the thicker white ones that are very hard. You can see that right there. Okay, these are lemon seeds, and these came inside. You know that seeds grow inside fruits and vegetables, so these seeds grew right inside some of the lemons that I have. So we have the yellow bean seed, we have the lemon seed, and then I gave you some seeds that are white but very, very flat. Okay, so they're white and really, really, really thin. The lemon seeds were thicker. The thin seeds, those actually grew inside of cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is an orange colored melon inside. It's very sweet. It grows on a vine like a pumpkin. So what we're going to do is you're going to ask your family to help fill an egg carton with the soil. Then what I would like you to do is I would like your family to help write which seeds you're planting where. Sometimes people put little signs and posts inside. I found that the container had this little flap, so I thought that would be a good way to mark it. Here I have the word lemon, so I'm going to plant my lemon seeds right in these two rows or columns from the way you're looking at it. Over here it says cantaloupe, so that is my melon. I'm going to plant the melon seeds right here in the middle in front of the word cantaloupe. And then over here I have the word beans. So over here is where I'm going to plant the bean seeds. Now I like to use a lot of things from nature. So because my yard is filled with pine trees, I found a little twig that fell off of a tree. Now that my soil is wet or a little damp, I'm going to use that stick to make a little hole inside the soil. Okay, so I'm going to plant 2 lemon seeds right here. I'm going to plant 2 cantaloupe seeds right here, and I'm just making that hole. The beans will be right over here. Now very carefully I'm going to put the seeds inside, but I have to make sure I'm putting the right seeds with the word that they belong with. Some people like to use a little plastic spoon to make sure that the seed goes in the hole. It works really well if you're working with very, very tiny seeds. In my hand I still have the cantaloupe seeds, and in the middle here it says cantaloupe. And I am going to put one in there and one in here. Okay. And then I'm going to cover it up. Cover it up. Okay, so my cantaloupe has been all planted. Next over here it says lemon. So I'm going to grab the 2 lemon seeds that I have. I'm going to put one in this hole and one in this hole. And then I'm going to cover them up. Now, just so you know, and you can find this out as you're going ahead with your science experiments, not all seeds grow. Most of them do. It depends how healthy the seed is. So it'll be really fun to find out which of your seeds do grow, which some might take a little longer than others. Even here I have my 2 yellow bean seeds. One plant might grow 1 week, and then maybe another week I'll find another plant that grows. So it's always a little bit of a surprise and a mystery. So I'm planting both of my yellow bean seeds. I put them in the hole and cover this up. Now, when you first start to plant seeds, the water, sometimes if you're pouring water into it, it can wash the seed away because the plant isn't strong enough yet to handle the force of the water. So way to water these and to keep the soil damp would be to take your whole egg carton, and maybe you have a deep pan that you can put the egg carton in, and if you pour water into the pan, it will absorb through the cardboard and it will help to keep your soil moist. So what I'd like you to do today, and if you have other seeds that you want to plant and label, you still have other places right here where you can grow them and start them. Just make sure you label which plant you're doing, or if you have any mystery seeds and you're not sure what they are, you could try that too. The day that you plant this, I would like you to draw a picture of all of your container, your planting container, with the words on it if you can, and what it looks like. And maybe you can draw arrows to where you planted each of your vegetables. And then on the lines underneath, I'd like you to have your family help you write day 1, planting the seeds. Okay? And then we will look to see whose seeds start to sprout on day 2, day 17, day 20, and we'll compare and see what's happening. And that'll be a fun thing for us to talk to our friends about. The first thing that will happen, if you remember, is the seed will get soft. Once the seed is soft, then it will be one root that starts to grow out under the soil. So there'll be things happening even before you see it happening. It'll all happen under the soil. And once the roots start to grow, then a shoot is going to come through, which will be your main stem. And eventually we should see leaves. And once they're in our gardens this summer, we'll see lots of flowers. All right, boys and girls, can't wait to see what you plant.